Let's now talk about medical examinations. The Psychophysical Fitness Certificate is divided into 5 categories. The first class, which is used by professional pilots. The second class for enthusiasts, private pilots, gliders, hot air balloons. The visit for LAPL, which is a second reduced class, which takes into account the very limited operations that can be carried out with this license. Then the visit for cabin attendants, and finally the third class medical certification for the flight controllers. As we've already mentioned during the explanation of the various tutorials, it's always good to go and do this check before starting the course to avoid any unpleasant inconveniences. It may happen that you have some parameter that's not the norm, which in normal life does not bring any limitations and perhaps you have never noticed, but which falls within the limitations of a certain type of certificate. If you decide to become professional pilots, for example, by opting for a modular course, it is good to achieve the first class even before starting the PPL, otherwise you run the risk of having to stop after just the first phase. It is true that the PPL title remains, which is still a goal, but it is not the goal of a future professional pilot. These medical certificates are issued from certified aeromedical centres or doctors. The validity depends on the age, the type of certificate obtained, and any restrictions that the doctor may decide to apply temporarily or permanently. Restrictions may include daytime flight only, flight with co-pilot only, flight as co-pilot only, flight with safety pilot alongside, flight without passengers only for PPL and LAPL, or restrictions on the type of aircraft, limitation of validity for further checks, and other particular limitations. All this can be found in the specific legislation concerning medical examinations which, as we will see in the tutorial on legislation, is a part of the European Regulation 1178/2011, which includes the Part FCL Flight Crew License and the Part MED referring specifically to medical examinations. For medical examinations of the flight controllers, the regulation is Part ATCO Med. These regulations also define all the parameters used for these visits so that each candidate can check for any pathologies he already knows he has. The classic examples are sight, how many diopters can I miss, diabetes, type A or type B, heart murmur, etc. Civil pilots are not like military pilots. They can also be a little less perfect. Therefore, to fly a civil aircraft, you do not need to be Superman. However, it is always better to undergo the visits in advance to be sure that you're suitable. You can ask the flight school where the nearest centre is in relation to your home in order to obtain these certificates. If you have any questions or curiosities, contact us at info@checkbeforeflight.com or refer to the definitions in Wiki Before Flight. Happy landings!